Well, the FIFA break is over and now we are back to club football. Well, it has been a great one. I'd like to say to Bafana, that was a great performance. But then we're still a little bit behind. Hopefully next month you will make up for that. And then also the TLB, I'm talking about Mbegezeli Mbogazi himself, made sure that he came and showed them that it's not about age, it's really about the mentality and the physicality sometimes. Because when we look at how he played, he pocketed most of the players that were intimidating, not only to him but as well as South Africa as well. Because before I dive into what's happening into the PSL, Nkota is a very good player. I just feel like when we're playing against Nigeria, he just saw the bodies of the Nigerian players like no. But then overall he did a good job. We just wish him well when he goes back to Saudi Arabia. Fetu, go back and score, and also to Lyle Foster, please go back and score. And to those who never got the chances to play and represent South Africa, well, there's always a next time. Welcome back to my channel. This is Ify TV, where I will be talking about anything and everything sports related. I don't know much about soccer. I will always claim that I don't know much about football. I don't know much about sports, but I just do know that there's some things that entice me that I would like to share with my viewers at home. Well, if it's your first time being here, thank you for checking me out. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. And please make sure like, comment, subscribe, whatever what they say. So first things first, we'd like to look at the PSL. Like club football is back. Now we are back into the MTN8 finale. It has been reported that the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture has allocated 82 million rand for the VAR system to be put in South Africa. Wow, it's about time. It's about time we listen to Boom Shak. But then because we saw that game against Nigeria that we really needed VAR, unless if and it's not only about that game actually, it's about all of these games that have been playing this the beginning of the season. You could see that VAR is much needed in most of these games. Handballs, fouls, and all these other things that just make football not nice anymore. And then when we look at how we are starting this week with the MTN8 final this weekend, well, it's obviously Pirates against Stellenbosch on the 13th of September 2025, which is this Saturday. Well, in this one, I don't know. I'm not picking a side. I'm just saying, who do you think will win this one? Because we do know that Orlando Pirates are the people that know how to play a final. They do know how to show up to a tournament and show off. And when we look at the experiences of Sipambule and the others, it's looking like Orlando Pirates might take this one, because Stellenbosch, they are still building again. Not that they're building, but then they just like 80% there. They are not fully in the season. So hopefully they will they use this break to work on themselves and how to shire Orlando Pirates. And then when we look into our transfer news, a lot is going on. But I wanna ask, when is the transfer window closing? Because it's been a lot of signings left, right, and center. I just don't know how to keep up anymore. But then on a good note, starting with Kanyisa Mayo. Kanyisa Mayo joined Kaiser Chiefs this past week. It has been announced. The only thing that's left is for his team. I just don't know how to pronounce it properly. That something along those lines. Because he found a new home. Hopefully, he will help Coach Nabi to be the best coach in South Africa for the season. And then also when we look at Mamelodi Sundowns haven't done much signing this season, which is understandable because they do have a lot of good players in their team. Well, we do have a player by Katlego Tsiki Ntsabeleng. He used to play in Dallas all the way in the United States. The team is called Dallas FC rather, and with that he's been loaned to Mamelodi Sundowns, which there is an option to buy if he he exceeds the expectations of Mamelodi Sundowns, or he matches the expectations that Mamelodi Sundowns management has on him. Well, we'd like to say, Mfethu, welcome back home. Hopefully you feel free and don't feel intimidated. The PSL is a lot going on, so Mfethu, I just hope you settle in, go Mamelodi Sundowns, and yeah, do you, Mfethu, do you. Well, there have been news again that Kaiser Chiefs will announce two new signings this week. Two new signings rather this week. I don't know, man. They've been sending a lot of players. At this point, it's starting to feel like Mamelodi Sundowns. But at the end of the day, we're saying Coach Nabi is building. Well, there has been rumors that they wanted to sign a goalkeeper, a young African goalkeeper. If you do know or familiar, I don't know if it's a Tanzanian league or Algeria, but I think he's Tanzanian, or he plays in the Tanzanian league. So that's how it is. They wanted to sign the goalkeeper, but then the team, they say they're not ready to let go of him, which is it makes sense. If you have a good goalkeeper, why would you wanna let go? Because the lack of good goalkeepers are in South Africa or anywhere in Africa, it is a lot. The goalkeepers have a lot of work to catch up to do, where they have to match Ronnie Williams standards, if you know what I mean. And then remember when Orlando Pirates coach, he got into an accident only, and Tapelo Koki, the Orlando Pirates defender. But thus far we do know that coach is fine, and he has been coaching the team for the MTN8 final against Stellenbosch for Saturday, which is actually good. In which he also he told the people, the press, or me, okay, he told us that Tito Masangani will be available for selection with the game that they're playing against Stellenbosch on Saturday, which is actually good because we really needed a Tito in the Bafana Bafana. I feel like I can feel that his presence is actually needed there. And then Sundowns news again. Sundowns is a lot of drama going on. Lucas Ribeiro, star player, big player, he just announced on his socials that he is no longer part of Mamelodi Sundowns. Well, at this point, it's a lot of who said what and who's who, because man, if I was Ribeiro myself, I think if I wanted to leave before they actually offered for me to sign another contract, I would have said, okay, I'm paying chance, because at some point when a player signs here and then, it's like maybe they were not sure that they were gonna leave, but then when offer starts approaching after you have signed, you start saying like, oh. But in general, I just hope it becomes a mutual agreement between Mamelodi Sundowns and Lucas Ribeiro, because man, if the boy wants to go, let him go. There's nothing you can do at the end of the day. Sometimes you just so free the boy instead of building him. He is the greatest player in Africa at the moment. What everybody says. He is the best midfielder in Africa at the moment. Not African born, right? But we do know that he is one of the good players that we do have in the continent. And if he wants to go and explore himself either in Europe, either in the US, let him go, Faith. Let him go. And it's not about money, it's not about status, it's just about letting players be whoever they wanna be. And that's the other thing. Don't listen like talent because of selfishness. No, it doesn't work like that. You know what? Before I actually rant about news that actually do not concern me, but then they concern me because I care about a player's mentality, mental health. Right? Fine. Before I go any further, let me move on. Cassius Mailula, South African footballer. just found a new club. Well, he has been playing for Toronto FC, in which right now they put him on a loan for a team called KV Korchik. Korchik, I don't know how to pronounce it properly, but then with the option to buy at the end of the season. So that's how things are going at this moment in the PSL. So they are hope it comes soon rather than later. Well, excuse me. I think I do that in each and every video. Okay, when we look into other sports, and I'm not even gonna cut this thing out. You know, editing is allowed, so I'm not gonna cut this thing out. There is the World Athletics happening in Tokyo, right? Tokyo 25, and obviously we expect to see your Akane Simbine and your Bayanda Walaza to represent us in the relay. So remember the last time Bayanda Walaza couldn't run because he got sprained somewhere in the foot, but then it has been confirmed that he is fine and he is ready to participate in the championship. So good luck to the runners, the real runners, not the runners that claim that they are runners. If you know what I mean. If you know, I hope that they do well and represent South Africa. And then just before I go, I have two last things to talk about. The championships, the World Cup championships that are happening for the under 27, under 17, and under 20. That's what I mean. So the under 20s World Cup, it's starting on the 27th of September. And then also we do have the under 17, which is after a long time. I'm just giving you the hit up that on the 3rd rather of November till the 27th of November 2025, that's where we'll be watching your under 17 World Cup. Bafana Bafana, Amachita, Amachimbosi, they are in this one to win it. And then the last one, guys, the DDC league is back. The DSTV Disky Challenge Championship is back, right? And I watched a couple of games the past weekend. Well, we have so much talent in South Africa, I have to say. Well, of course, I'm a Kaizer Chiefs fan. I will always tell you guys that I watched the Kaizer Chiefs game. But then what really caught my attention was the Stellenbosch. Stellenbosch scored 4 goals. 4 goals in the first match. And if you remember properly, last season they were chasing the league until they played Kaizer Chiefs. So that's how it is. So we look at how things turned out the first week, which started on the 6th. It really was a good startup weekend. So with the DSTV Disky Challenge, it was a good one. So I don't know if you guys happen like that, but then make sure that each and every weekend, earlier before you catch the biggest games, just check out your Super Sport channels. You would be able to watch the Disky Challenge because that's where you see such talent such as Relebogile Mofokeng, Mduduzi, Shabalala, and everyone. Most of the players that we do have right now in the national team, they have emerged from the DSTV Disky Challenge. So this is one tool that we need to appreciate as South Africans, because the DSTV or multi-choice super sport, they are pushing the football culture in South Africa. And I think when you look at how we've been moving, and after all these years, after it has been like established, we've been doing very well. Doesn't matter we're doing under 17, at the under 20 or a senior team, but it's still a good team. But then the only thing that needs development is the women's football. But today I'll always ditch that. I think I'll always ditch that topic, the women's sports and whatever. But then I know that I'm working on something to just like, you know what, guys, let's see what's going on here and there. From me, I'd like to say, guys, don't forget to go to my TikTok and also subscribe. Don't forget to engage on my Facebook and Instagram. With Instagram, I don't know what I'm doing in that app, but here also on YouTube. So like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't make me talk things that I don't know anything about. Before I go, which player impressed you? Bafana player impressed you during the World Cup qualifiers? And which one really disappointed you? Okay, not the Bafana player, but then any player that you had hoped to see perform at their best. Oh, and her. I know the FIFA break is over, and my heart is hurt because I have not seen the Europeans play. But then it's a story for another day. Before I start talking and talking and talking, bye guys. I'll see you on the next.
Kifi TV.